Hello my loves, what is up? What is going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I am so excited about it. It is the 2023 year ahead prediction. I cannot believe how fast this year has gone by. It is crazy and I'm just really stoked to be here giving this pick a card reading for you to read about the energies that are in store for you for this next year. If you are new to these types of videos, I'm going to give you a quick little rundown about how they work. We're also going to add some crystals on the cards if that helps you choose which card that you are the most drawn to. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. I also just want to apologize if you do hear like construction and whatnot outside. There's tons of construction going on in my neighborhood right now, and unfortunately they work every single day of the week, and that kind of gets in the way of filming, as you could imagine. But here we are anyway to give this amazing reading. Hopefully the construction isn't too distracting today. But if you are new to these videos, here is a little bit of an explanation about how this works. So I have 4 different piles of cards in front of me. We have a group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you would like, in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that is then going to be linked to your specific cards, so that you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your year of 2023 and the energies that are in store for you and what is going to be happening. If you like to choose with crystals on the cards, if that helps you decide which one that you are the most drawn towards, then let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. So over on group number 1, we have some malachite. And that is what this looks like. Then over on group number 2, we have some aqua aura quartz. And then over on group 3, we have some thulite. And then group number 4, this is a piece of quartz and it has this type of metal in it that I forget what it's called, but it's a really cool, interesting type of metal that just kind of grew on this piece of quartz. So those are our different group options. Again, you can take a moment and pause the video if you would like in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that is then linked to your specific card. And then you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading for the year of 2023. I cannot believe that it's already 2023. I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to be a really great year. But again, with that being said, I'm excited to see you in your reading. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. All right, so group number 1, if you chose this pile, and this is going to be a reading, so let's get right into it. Okay, so group 1, the first 2 cards that we have for you is the starfish and the whale. And what these 2 cards are representing is, this card is particularly the archetype of who you are right now. And then this card is the archetype of who you are becoming by the end of 2023 and throughout the year of 2023. So this is going to be how you're transforming. It's interesting because both the cards here we have are water sign cards. So this is a lot of like deeper development and a lot of emotional development. This could also indicate a lot of psychic development through the year of 2023, just getting deeper in touch with your emotions. I think your emotions are going to be a highlight of the year of 2023, and you're going to become so much stronger, let me tell you. The starfish can indicate that right now you are somebody who may feel like you cannot maybe expand out of your comfort zone. Things may even feel like they're moving a little bit slow, because when you think about a starfish, they do move quite a bit slower than, for example, a whale, and they're also a lot smaller. So there may be a part of yourself where you may feel a little bit smaller or slightly insignificant right now, but at the same time, the starfish comes with a very magical energy. So at the same time, that you may feel small or insignificant and you may feel kind of shy at times, there's also a deep part of you that's like very magical. And I feel like a lot of you are connected to like fantasy, and maybe some of you are like even really into Harry Potter and like magic and things like that, because the starfish can indicate that there is a connection to magic here. And it's also an indication that you have this spark within you. It's an indication that you have like an inner calling, and there's something that you desire to follow. But at the same time, you may be questioning yourself right now. You may be questioning yourself like, am I really worthy of that? Should I even go down that route? You know, maybe you have a lot of beliefs that get in the way, like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not capable of that. I'm far away from that right now. But the thing is in 2023, this is your year to go deeper than ever. You're going to be going deeper into yourself and really discovering a lot of your purpose. A huge thing that I'm seeing in here is that if some of you feel lost right now, you're going to be discovering a huge spark of a purpose in the year of 2023. You're going to deeply figure out who you are. This is a really deep journey that you're going to be going on throughout the year of 2023. And it's going to be like mind-blowing, the type of transformation that you have, because the whale indicates big impact. So you're going from like a timid, like magical inside, maybe a little bit sort of lost and confused, but that's only because you don't really realize your entire power. And then the whale is about leaving that imprint. They move great distances. They are like the kings of the sea almost, you know, because they're like pretty much the largest creature on earth, I think, other than maybe a squid. But either way, the whale indicates really deep self-exploration. It also indicates more definement. So you're going to be defining yourself a lot more. And it also indicates a lot of healing. So a lot of you are going to go through a lot of emotional healing as well. And you're going to realize your potential, and you're going to realize a lot more about who you are, and it's going to increase a lot of your confidence, okay? You're going to realize that you're so much more than what you previously thought, because this is like an awakening that you're going to be going through. It's going to be great, to say the least. Like, this is going to be great, and I feel like you're going to be, there's some sort of purpose that you're going to be acting on. This is a deep purpose that you're going to be acting on in 2023. You're going to be building it from a dream all the way into something that physically exists and it has depth. So you're taking a thought and making it very physical in the year of 2023. So that's going to be really powerful. And the whale is extremely powerful, by the way. This is literally you going from a dream into something powerful and something that has weight and depth, okay? So that's gonna be great in 2023. I love that combination of cards. It's very magical, it's very deep, I love it. The next few cards that we have the turquoise card, and this one deals with friendship. For a lot of you, there's going to be new significant people that you are meeting in 2023. These people are going to have a big impact on your life, and they may even be part of the reason why you are exploring more in depth into yourself. And it could be, you know, some type of encouragement that you're getting from these people, or you may just meet new people that really end up inspiring you and you really find your way and your calling. If you think about the whale as well, they're really connected to callings. It's kind of like that echolocation that they use. There's deep callings that you're going to have that almost just come from your gut. It's like a gut instinct. Okay, so that's going to be something that was also happening in the year of 2023. And I'm definitely seeing new friendships, particularly at least one new significant friendship. But for most of you, I'm seeing like a group of new friends that you're going to be really close with, and they're going to be a lot more connected and aligned to who you are and what your purpose is. So that is also really awesome. The next card that we have is protection. Some of you have had fears to fully embrace who you are and to fully go out there and be who you are. The starfish can be a bit timid, and when you take a starfish out of water, they're you know, not doing too hot if you do that, right? But an interesting thing that we have coming up is the protection. So spirit is like by you right now, and there is an energy that Spirit wants you to know that you're going to be protected throughout the year of 2023. If you have certain fears that you've had a hard time getting over in this past year, you're going to be divinely protected and you're going to be able to expand. This is massive expansion here between the starfish and the whale. Like, this is night and day expansion. You don't just go from being a starfish to a whale overnight. You know what I mean? Like, this is huge expansion that you're going to be going through in many different ways. And I feel like it's a lot to deal with your purpose in the world. And you're going to be divinely protected throughout this expansion. It may require stepping outside of your comfort zone, but you're divinely protected through this. And I'm hearing a message from Spirit saying that there are no mistakes. You cannot make a mistake. That's an interesting message that I'm hearing, but that's something that's coming like clear and strong, is that there are no mistakes and you will be making no mistakes in this next year. So that is something to remember. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some tarot cards here. So for group one, let's see about your year of 2023. 2023 for a group one. We have the Six of Cups being reversed over here. So you're letting go of the past. You're also letting go of something that you've been attached to from your past. I really think you're gonna do a massive like self-transformation this year. And you're no longer gonna be the same person that you once were. You're also leaving behind like things that you've had since your childhood. I think a lot of you are doing like a big like clear out. And I think that there's also something maybe from your childhood that you've been sort of hanging on to. This could be like family issues, or this could be like different belief systems that you grew up with, different personality traits that you have. There's something that you've been connected to since your childhood. It's almost like you're leaving home again. Like, that's the emotion that I'm getting. And I don't know what age any of you are. Like, obviously those of you that watch my channel could range anywhere from like 10 years old to like 60 years old and whatnot. But the energy that I'm getting here is like leaving home, right? And I mean that more metaphorically than anything, but for some of you, you could actually be leaving home and like moving out for the first time or something like that. But there's an energy here like you're growing up again. You're having an up level again. You're growing up and you're growing out of something. There's something that's going to feel old to you in this next year that you are going to be leaving behind and that you are growing out of. It could be like an old, version of you. It could be literally moving out. It could be discarding like an old career or job or something like that. And then we also have the Chariot being reversed. There was an obstacle that was once standing in your way that made you feel like you couldn't move forward on something. This is the year where now it's time to make a big choice and a big decision. There is going to be like a crossroads in front of you in this next year. And I think most of you are going to be figuring it out like halfway through the year, which direction that you truly want to head in. Some of you have been maybe kind of confused whether you should stay in your current sort of life or if you should build a new one and move forward in something else. A lot of you are going to be figuring that out halfway through the year. And any sort of things that you've been really confused about, I'm really seeing you getting answers to those things in this next year. Things that once made you kind of confused or wishy-washy before, you're going to be learning a lot and discovering new answers to those things. It's also interesting, every card that I've pulled out so far has been reversed, and that's not necessarily a bad thing by any means. They just kind of like brings up a newer, different sort of meaning to them. The Nine of Wands being reversed. Some of you have had disappointments that have held you back from feeling free in whatever area of life that this is going to be talking about. This could be talking about love. This could be talking about career. This could be talking about your dreams or aspirations or anything. But there's been sort of disappointments or challenges that have been really hard to overcome for you. And it has made you sort of question whether or not you feel comfortable making certain decisions and moving forward on certain things. So for example, if you've been scorned by love, it's almost sort of like shut you out of like really being open and expanding to something new. Or for example, if you've had a lot of career disappointments, it's sort of like shut you down from exploring new ideas or going for the big goal, right? Some of you have started to lose hope of a big goal, and I feel like that is shifting in 2023, and 2023 is almost opening up a new door for a new chance for you to re-explore this. This is opening up a new door for you to re-explore your dreams. And 2023 is about shifting your mindset so that you can begin believing in yourself again, is something that I'm hugely hearing is a big theme for you. Some of you, if you've had like car troubles or transportation troubles, that's going to be another thing that you're figuring out in 2023. So 2023, you're going to be figuring out any like car troubles or transportation troubles, if that's something that's been going on for you. So that's just for those of you that's relevant for, you're going to be figuring out like a car or transportation situation. And that's going to be figured out in the year of 2023. Oh, and then we also have the Eight of Wands. I love that this card also came up for you, and it is up right here. This is a fantastic card to be coming out, because the Eight of Wands is when we really start noticing momentum on the things that we've been wanting to move forward on. So a lot of you, like, this is a time where you are getting over past hurt. And that's probably also why we had this deep healing that we were talking about in the beginning. You're going to be doing so much deep healing, and you're going to be able to move forward more than ever. And I really think that there's a big crossroads that you're at. This could be with career, this could be with love, this could be with anything in your life, right? But there's a big crossroads that you've been at, that you've been thinking of, but there's a part of you that's been scared to make the decision because you're scared of being disappointed with whatever decision that you make, and it's been kind of holding you back from making a decision. But look at the answers coming for you in the year of 2023, and you are going to get your freedom back. Freedom is a huge thing that you're going to be achieving again. And momentum and flow, especially if things have been moving slowly, which is what we were kind of seeing with the starfish. And let me tell you, the whale, they're huge, but they can also move tons of water, and they move way faster than a starfish. They move incredibly fast compared to a starfish, you know what I mean? So I really think you're going to be gaining momentum again this year, especially because, you know, the Chariot was reversed, which can indicate that we were sort of, you know, it can indicate like a flat tire, right? So a problem in our way where it feels like we can't move forward on something because certain things are maybe in our way. And 2023 is opening up the door where things are going to start really moving again. You're going to gain clarity on a lot of things because there's no clouds in the sky here, which is when you can see your target, you can see where you're going, and it all makes sense. So I think like a lot of you, it's just like this major breakthrough. If I could describe your entire year of 2023 in one word, it would be the word breakthrough. So, wow, deep transformations, big breakthroughs. Let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. So, group one, we have cards immediately coming out. Lots of energy for you. Let's see what we get here. Field of Dreams. So, if some of you have been like giving up on your dreams, if some of you have been feeling like you've been dreamy a lot, but maybe you just don't believe in yourself, that is shifting. All of a sudden, it's going to feel like a lot of your dreams are moving forward all at once in the year of 2023. And I particularly feel like the months of like April, May, June, and July, those ones in particular are going to be major months of the year where things are going to start moving forward, and there's going to be more opportunities opening up for you in regards to dreams that you have and things that you really desire to do. We also have rose petals here. Self-love. This is gaining confidence in yourself and gaining a lot more self-love and self-care as well. If some of you have been almost like letting yourselves go a little bit, maybe you just don't feel like taking a shower every single day, maybe you don't feel like doing your hair or your makeup every single day, maybe you don't feel like putting on nice clothes every single day, the rose petals can indicate that that is shifting, and you're going to be putting a lot more effort into yourself. A lot more like self-care is coming in, a lot more self-love is coming in. So this could be like, you know, doing something really nice for yourself, but that's going to become more of a regular act for you to do something nice. Rose petals can also indicate beauty. This can indicate like a beauty upgrade. So some of you, there may also be like something that you're really wanting to do for yourself beauty-wise. This could be like totally getting a makeover, redoing your wardrobe, changing your hair. Sorry if my nose is super stuffed today. I was like, recently I got like a pretty bad like cold or flu or something. I don't know what it was, but currently getting over it. So I'm sorry if I'm like super stuffy, but the rose petals is like totally this upgrade. And I'm hearing that your skin in particular is going to be really glowing. So some of you, I think you're going to be, if some of you struggle with skin problems, that's going to be something that's solving, in 2023. I think you're going to get a lot of answers for that, and all of a sudden there's going to be this like smoothness. You're going to be excited to like almost show yourself off. I see a lot of you almost like being more confident to just get out there and be like, ooh, look at the new me. It's so fresh, so like exciting. So there's going to be that sort of energy as well. And for some reason I'm hearing particularly around the skin is going to be something that is improving. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into some more cards here. Sorry, my nose is like super stuffy. Anyway, let's see our astrology cards for group 1. What other different things are happening for group 1 in 2023? I'm really feeling this one. I'm also feeling this one. Okay. We have house 1, house 2, house 8, and then cardinal. Ooh, cardinal is about really moving forward. Cardinal is, in astrology, the cardinal signs are Aries and Cancer and Libra and Capricorn. And they always indicate the start of a season. So this is when something is springing to life, for example. This is like the start. So a lot of you are going to have like this brand new beginning kind of energy in the year of 2023. It's a brand new beginning, which is also what I was feeling. It's like you're shedding something old and just opening up a new chapter. So there's definitely going to be a new chapter happening here. Instigation, so something's going to be instigated, something's going to be started. And we also have the word bravery on this card, which makes total sense because you're really like leaving behind the timid energy. The starfish has like a little bit of a timid energy to it. And that is something that is changing and transforming for you. We also have a pioneering spirit. So you're going to be really figuring things out. Sorry, you can't even see the words on these cards because of the way that I place them. But this is really the year where you're going to be figuring out so much. Like the pioneering spirit is almost reminding me of like this inventor energy where you're going to be really on the forefront of a lot of things and figuring out exactly how to do them. Also, your finances are going to be increasing because we have the second house, which is physical security. So this is like your own sense of security, which is like your bank account, your money, the general feeling of safety, the feeling of groundedness, and also the feeling of comfort is within the second house as well. The second house can also deal with diet. So some of you may be making diet changes in the year of 2023 as well. This also deals with your possessions, your self-worth, and your material values. I really think your material assets are increasing. I think a lot of you are going to notice more money coming in 2023, or you are figuring out more ways or avenues to expand in order to make more money for you. This can also deal with making certain investments as well, especially since we have the 8th house as well. The fact that we have the 2nd and the 8th house, this is definitely financial increases for you, and it could happen in unexpected ways, or it could happen through another person, because the 8th house can indicate that our finances are increasing because of another person. It can indicate inheritances or joint finances, where maybe, for example, we get a roommate and all of a sudden our bills are way lower, or you know, something like that, right? Where there is like a transformation with our money and our assets are like increasing. So some of you may move in with like a loved one. Some of you may move in with like a best friend. Some of you may just be offered something or whatnot. But definitely like assets are going to be increasing for you, and you may even get into some kind of investing or make a smart investment or join your finances with somebody or something like that. This could also be like a business partnership, or other things like that. And then the next card that we have is House 1, which deals all with the self, your self-image, your individuality, your approach to life. So your self-image is shifting so much, which is what I was really feeling, especially when that Six of Cups came out reversed. Like, you are going to be making major shifts where I feel like the self that you are is almost going to be unrecognizable to the new self that you're creating. House 1 can also deal with your physical appearance. So we have 2 cards that are kind of indicating an upgrade in your physical appearance. So maybe some of you are going to get really into fitness. Maybe some of you are going to get really into, you know, skincare or something. Like, there's something where your physical appearance is up leveling. And this could just be because like you're generally, it looks like you're going to be happier and more aligned. And when we are happier and more aligned, a lot of the times like our image just exudes, you know, more glowiness. We tend to smile more. We tend to, you know, stand up straighter and whatnot. And I think that that's something where it's just going to feel like a general upgrade for you in the year of 2023, because it just looks like a lot of things are just in more alignment for you. 8th house can also indicate that there's going to be deaths of certain things. And I don't mean deaths as in like the literal word. I mean deaths as in like letting go of old things. It can indicate the period where our old self is dying, our old ego is dying, and we're like transforming into something new. It's a card that indicates, or a house in astrology that indicates transformation, letting go of old things. Even this one says facing fears, legacies. Ooh, so this could also be something where you're creating a deeper legacy, which also connects with that whale card, that deeper legacy. There is a deeper legacy for you that you're going to be uncovering, a deeper purpose. And I really think that you're going to be starting to make a bigger impact in the world. And you're going to feel more purposeful. It's going to feel like you have more purpose in the year of 2023, and it's going to really start to fulfill you a lot. So let's see what else we get here. This is my new favorite deck, by the way. This is called the Coffee Cup Oracle, and I love it. I used it in one of my recent readings, and it was so fun to use. Ooh, we have the card of Bride. Honestly, some of you, the fact that they have the 2nd house and the 8th house, those usually don't indicate like love by any means, but they do indicate like joint assets. And then this one says wife engagement. So there could be something where you're engaging into something with somebody else. Some of you may literally get engaged in the year of 2023, especially if that's something that sounds like it's in alignment for you. But if not, if that's like, if you're totally single right now and you're like, there's no way that that's happening, this can also just indicate that we are engaging with somebody else. Like, again, joint assets. We might be getting a roommate, for example, or we may be entering into a business partnership where we're engaging into business with somebody else, or we're, you know, engaging into something. So that's a really interesting thing that's coming up. I really think that you're going to be making like a significant bond in the year of 2023. This could also just be, getting really connected to a certain friend to the point where it feels like you two are really engaged into something. So yeah, it could indicate that. This can also indicate that there may be a wedding that you are going to be attending. This could be a significant wedding, like a wedding within your family or something like that, or again, even your own wedding, if that's something that is relevant for you. So let's see what else we get for you. So group 1. Let's see, we also have the Pearl. Ooh, hidden gem. Some of you are coming across like new hidden information, and it's going to be like really shiny, exciting new information. This can also indicate that the pearl also indicates beauty. The pearl also can indicate that we are learning something new about ourselves and discovering like a new talent or a new gift that we have that we never realized before. We also have the rabbit, pregnancy and fears. So some of you, there could be like a new family member coming into your life. Pregnancy can indicate that maybe you are getting pregnant, maybe you are getting married and getting, starting a family in this next year. This can also indicate that it's just happening within your family or within your friend group. But pregnancy can also indicate that we are feeling really fertile. And I mean that metaphorically. So it can mean pregnancy literally, or it can mean pregnancy in the way that we feel like we're birthing new ideas all the time. We feel abundant with ideas. We feel abundant with energy. So it can also indicate that you may be literally creating something new, which is what the rabbit can indicate, or it can also indicate that we are maybe having there could be a literal pregnancy, within our immediate family or within our immediate friend group or even with ourselves, right? So that can also be another thing that the rabbit indicates. And it's interesting that we do have, the bride and the rabbit, which is pregnancy. So this can definitely indicate a lot of like feminine energy, a lot of fertile energy, and it can mean it literally or metaphorically. So I just want to make that clear. It's either literal or metaphorical. So with that being said, let's get into our last few cards here. I'm also going to restart my camera because it tends to cut out after a certain amount of time, so I'll be right back. All right, so our last few cards, these are just some beautiful oracle cards with amazing like messages on them. So we have the card of uncertainty. So let's read what this says. It says, the shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. If some of you feel like lost or uncertain right now about your path, about your life, about this next year, the fog is gonna lift. You're really gonna be getting your answers. And if there's certain things that you're really confused about with your path, you are gonna be fully figuring that out. Like this Eight of Wands, the fog is lifting. The fog is 100% lifting for you, okay? We also have clearing. Look at that. Uncertainty, the gray fog will eventually lift. And we have clearing. All of that will be cleared out. Also, clearing can indicate that we're getting rid of a lot and you're making room for growth. So there's certain things that are going to be clearing from your life, but it's making room for you to grow in this next year. So that is what we have for you, my beautiful group ones. There's going to be a lot of transformations for you in the year of 2023. I am so excited for you. It looks like there's a lot of really exciting things, and it looks like you are reaching new growth, new potential, new gifts within you. It looks amazing. I'm so excited for you. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group 2, if you chose this pile, and this is going to be a reading for the year of 2023. So let's get right into it. All right, so group 2, we have the bat and the wolf. And what's interesting in both of these cards, they're actually similar in certain ways and then also very different in other ways. And what these two cards are representing, the bat represents the energy and the archetype of you right now. And then the wolf represents the energy and the archetype of you in the year of 2023. We have air and fire. So these are very two opposite kind of signs, but at the same time, they're very similar because the bat and the wolf are both very nocturnal and they're both very connected to the moon, which is very connected to your gut instincts, very connected to psychic ability. So a lot of you have like a sense for things. Your senses are really heightened, which can also sometimes make us have a lot of like anxiety because we tend to feel everything no matter what it is. So some of you may have something to where it's like you're always flapping your wings and you're like on to the next thing and on to this thing. And some of you may even feel very tired at times. And I think it's because naturally, like, there's an energy where you're very creative at night. So some of you may have like insomnia, may have a hard time sleeping, but you're gonna learn how to master that in the year of 2023. Like, it looks like you're getting very much on top of that. The bat is a really interesting creature because they are nocturnal and they have really heightened senses. So it talks about your senses. you have extremely like acute awareness of things. But sometimes that may make you hyper focus on certain things, which may make it hard to fall asleep at night because your mind just may be like hyper focused on like whatever it senses, whatever it feels. And the wolf, what you're becoming into, is someone who's in control of their senses. So here it kind of almost feels like certain things that you feel or take in, it may feel like they almost control you. And then again, it like keeps you up at night, it keeps you thinking in a certain way, and it keeps you sort of like feeling a certain way as well. The wolf, I really think a lot of you are going to be getting on top of your emotions, really in control of them. Your confidence is also going to be increasing greatly, and your amount of power is going to also be increasing. You've been sort of feeling out certain things, and I really think a lot of you, you're so like interested, but you have many interests is something that I'm feeling. It looks like you're going to be honing in on something in 2023, and you're going to be developing it a lot deeper. You're going to be wanting to become a master at something, and I really think you're going to be putting your energy more towards a particular thing in the year of 2023. The bat, since it's the air sign, it can indicate that we've been thinking a lot. Our mind is on overdrive with a lot of creativity, but then the fire over here with the wolf, all of a sudden we can spark that flame. A flame is going to be sparked. An idea is going to be sparked that you get to then go off and begin to create. I think your passions are going to be ignited in the year of 2023 on something in particular. There's, I think, a bigger thing in particular that your passions are going to be more ignited by. And the wolf has his eyes set on something. Both of these cards, they're like looking right at you. And not all of the cards in this deck look right at you, but both of these are. So it's like you're going to have your sights set on something. Some of you, as you're watching this, you may already know what that thing is. Some of you, you're going to figure it out during the year of 2023. And I feel like you're going to figure it out within the first like 3 to 4 months of 2023. You're going to be figuring out something. There's going to be something that really ignites your interest and ignites a spark in you that you're going to have your eyes set on, that you're going to be really excited to move forward on. I'm also seeing that there's going to be a lot more dedication as well. Just as the wolf kind of like howls at the moon, it's almost like you're going to howl at yourself. Because the bat is over here. You're almost going to be like howling and be like breaking old habits, breaking old patterns. I think you're going to get more sort of strict with yourself, but in a positive way. I don't mean that in a negative way. You're like getting more strict and hard with yourself, but in a good way. Because you see how maybe you've been like all over the place or a little bit distracted or, allowing yourself to just fly everywhere. Whereas the wolf, there's this very determined, very straightforward kind of energy that's going to be coming through. And rather than doing small little things, you're going to be making a lot bigger moves in the year of 2023. Things are becoming more solid. Things are becoming more real for you, and you're going to be making bigger changes and doing bigger things. I also think you're going to be taking yourself a lot more seriously. Also, sorry if I'm like sniffly. I had like a cold or flu recently, and now I just have like a stuffed nose and sniffles. But the wolf takes himself more seriously. Doesn't just like cry and break down. I'm feeling like I'm getting the story of the boy cried wolf in my head. It seems like maybe there used to be an aspect of you that maybe came up with excuses for certain things, but there's this energy in 2023 where you're like, I don't want to make excuses for this. Like, I want to do this. I think you're going to be validating yourself, but in very positive ways. And again, your confidence is going to be increasing as well. The next few cards, we also have the card of calmness. If some of you struggle with anxiety, especially anxiety that might keep you up at night or when your heart beats fast, for some reason, when I look at the bat, I'm feeling like my heart is beating fast. If some of you have had like certain anxiety, or maybe you're even sensitive to like salt or sugar, and it might increase your heart rate to the point where it's like, it almost gives more anxiety. Maybe even like coffee might do that to you, or caffeine or certain things. I'm hearing also that there's going to be a desire to break certain habits in order to bring more calmness and more peace into your life. And if we look at the kind of energy between the bat and the wolf does look more calm than the bat. The bat looks like he might still have like certain subconscious fears going on and other things like that. And the wolf looks like he just feels a lot more powerful. Even though the bat is powerful in his own way as well. I literally love bats. They're so cute. But like the wolf indicates this more powerful energy and also a more like strong, stable energy. So there's going to be this sense of like peace in your life, a sense of calmness where it almost feels like your heart is slowing down a little bit and getting more calm and peaceful and at ease. You're getting more at ease with something in your life in this next year as well. We also have the card of generosity. I think that you are going to be receiving more. I almost see this generosity card as also gratitude. There's going to be like a gratefulness in your life, and I also feel like you're going to notice more kind of like generous things. You might notice that there's an increase of certain things in your life. You just feel like you have more generous amounts of money in your life. You might have more generous amounts of time in your life, but I feel like that's not going to happen till like the latter half of 2023. It's going to feel like somehow you get more in control of your time. And you're able to more generously spend. You're able to more generously spend time, energy, and resources because it just feels like you're getting on top of having more of that in your life. And there's a sense of calmness and ease when it comes to your schedule. Whereas the bat kind of seems a little bit more frantic, a little bit more like, I need to be on schedule, I need to be on target. But it just seems like you're becoming a little bit more relaxed with certain things in your life in the year of 2023. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your tarot cards for this next year. So we have the Page of Swords being reversed here. There's going to be a lot of things that you're interested in, but instead of just talking about them, there's an energy where it's like, I just need to do it. I need to do it. Rather than talk about it, I need to do it. And I think that there's certain things that you're going to keep secret in 2023. There's certain things that you're going to keep secret, certain things that you're working on, that you're going to be hush-hush about, that not many people might know about, and you're going to be working on them in the background. I think a lot of like, you're no longer talking about it, you're actually just doing it. So there's that coming through as well in 2023. Let's see what else we get. I also think you're becoming more careful about the things that you say. I think you're seeing how your words may affect you and how your words may affect other people. And I think you're also kind of like watching what you say a little bit more and being more cautious with that. I also think that you're being more cautious with certain people in your life and what you tell them. When you used to be so open, I think you're realizing that maybe it's not so good to always be a wide open book, especially with certain people. There's certain people in your life where you're like, maybe it's best not to tell them everything. And I think you're going to be more cautious about who you tell what to, right? We also have the Five of Cups coming through. This one, some of you have been more fixated on some negative things in your life. Those things have been maybe giving you anxiety. Whether you realize it or not, it seems like your subconscious was sort of maybe more noticing the negatives in your life. And I think that there's going to be this consciousness flip that you're having in the year of 2023 when you're like, you know what? I don't want to fixate on all of that anymore. It's best to have the balance because there are still good things, right? But when our awareness is only fixated over here, we tend to kind of like we tend to take away our own energy because when we're fixated on what hasn't worked out, it kind of drains us. It's very draining to constantly deal with that. And I feel like you're figuring out ways to have more balance and also move on from certain things that it's time to move on from. Sorry, there's like construction outside. It's time to move on from the things that are no longer serving you. That's a big theme for the year of 2023 as well. Moving on from the things that are no longer serving you. So we also have the Ace of Wands. There's going to definitely be something that's sparking your interest, which is something that we are also feeling within that Wolf card as well. So there's definitely something here in the year of 2023 that's like a new idea that's going to be sparking your interest. And I really think that you're going to be working on something in private. It's like you don't feel like talking about it until it's done, until you have something to show. So that's a really interesting thing that I'm seeing in there as well. And we also have Temperance. So this is about going the distance and also about balancing your life. I think a lot of you are wanting more balance within your schedule, in your routine, in your health. I think a lot of you are wanting more balance in your resources as well, instead of feeling like there's a lack of money, instead of feeling like there's a lack of things, instead of feeling imbalanced with certain stuff. I feel like a lot of you are going to be really focused on how can I balance things to feel like there's more ease, less confusion, and again, just more balance in general. I'm also particularly feeling between these two cards that there's somebody in your life that you're no longer really aligning to anymore. This is a person who I feel like is constantly the bearer of bad news, or someone who, I don't know, it's like you don't really resonate with anymore. And maybe when you're around them, it just seems more draining. Like I really think you're going to be getting rid of certain people in your life that tend to be energy vampires. And it's interesting that we had the bat come up as well, because bats are kind of associated with vampires, you know? And with these two cards, I'm also feeling like there's a person in your life who tends to be an energy vampire. I think they tend to either put you down, steal your energy, or always talk about negative things, or tend to be very critical, and it almost makes you feel more critical as well. And I feel like you are not naturally a really critical person, but you've been your awareness has been forced in that direction because of like a certain person that maybe you have been surrounded by a lot, who tends to really bring your focus to places that you don't want to bring your focus to, right? So I think that you're going to be distancing yourself from people like that. And I think that there's one person in particular that you're going to be distancing yourself from in the year of 2023, and it's going to bring you so much more happiness. It feels like there's a new beginning as you sort of kind of close this chapter or begin to distance yourself from this person. It just seems like all of a sudden you have this room to grow. It all of a sudden feels like you can sprout because your water isn't being taken away from you. It feels like you're a seed that can finally drink up the water and sprout from the surface and feel like you can grow. Whereas beforehand, I feel like with this person, they were maybe weighing you down a little bit. This can also talk about mentality as well. And maybe our mentality was a little bit down because of the people that we were surrounded by. Or it could be, because of like a habit. This could be a habit that we are breaking, such as negative thinking patterns, like self-deprecation, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy. You're really starting to kind of heal and get rid of like a chapter or a pattern like that in your life. And it's really going to allow you to sprout so much more. And it's really going to allow you to have more flow in your life. The Temperance indicates that we have so much more flow. So areas where we used to feel stuck, all of a sudden we feel like there's a river that we can glide down. Things feel easier for us. I'm also seeing like a better balance between your self-care versus, the responsibilities that you have. I'm seeing a lot more time for rejuvenation, and I really think your energy is going to feel rejuvenated, and I'm seeing you getting healthier. If some of you have been struggling with like a health issue, I'm seeing you finding more balance and getting healthier. Over here, it was kind of like we're feeling like stabbed, or we're feeling gutted about something. We're feeling maybe upset about something. There was something that you were upset about, and I feel like this may deal with health, or this may deal with something else, but then all of a sudden over here, we're getting the life force. The water indicates this life force energy that's coming through, and then we're able to grow and sprout. So I think a lot of you are getting healthier. I'm almost seeing this as your body is sprouting again. It's sprouting new leaves, and it's shedding the old ones that no longer served you. I really feel like there's new growth here, but positive new growth and health increasing. I just feel like there's this like stronger stem, like you're becoming stronger. Your stem is becoming stronger, if that makes sense. Your body is becoming stronger in the year of 2023. And I really think it's like the life force is coming back into you. Whereas once it was like tipped over and drained, literally the life force is coming back in. So that's really interesting. It's also interesting because these two cards almost look like they're the same landscape. We have this castle off in the distance, and this river that's going through. But this one, it was like spilt over. Whereas this one, all of a sudden we're growing, we're drinking up the water, but then all of a sudden there's tons of water. And look at all the growth that's happening over here. And we still have like, this time it's like a crown over here. So this can indicate that we're getting to a goal and we feel like we're actually capable. We feel like we're capable of getting to that goal. So again, this could deal with health, this could deal with a desire that you have, but it's gonna feel like you're more capable. And you may feel more capable of getting to a goal because you feel more healthy. Or you may feel like you're finally within reach of a health goal, something like that. Or it could be both. It could be a combination of both of those things. So that is what we have right there. And let's get into some more cards here. So I'm going to shuffle these ones and let's see what else we get for my group twos. We have spontaneous and intuitive creation. A lot of you are going to feel, as I feel like you get your health back in order and your mental health back in order, it's almost going to allow the rivers to start flowing again. Look at all this water around him and look at all the water over here. This is almost that creative energy that's going to begin flowing back into your life, that life force energy that makes you feel like you're inspired, that makes you feel like you have ideas, that makes you feel like there's like an unstoppable creative flow coming back into your life. And then we also have new beginning. Ooh, yes, I love that card coming up for you. So there's definitely a brand new beginning coming into your life. That one's self-explanatory. It's like a new chapter that's opening. And I think that this new beginning, which is also connected to the Ace of Wands indicates a new beginning as well. I feel like this new beginning is connected to health. It's also connected to your willpower and like your self-confidence and what you are striving towards, what you're going for in life. There's a new beginning with that, a new chapter that you're going to be opening. So let's also take out our astrology cards and see what else we get. So group two, we have Uranus coming up, which indicates massive unexpected change. And Uranus is always unpredictable. So there's going to be some like unpredictable changes in your life, but I'm really seeing these being very positive for you and they're going to lead you to a new direction. So if you notice that something's like out of your control or changing in your life in this next year, embrace it because it's bringing you to your new beginning. I really think that this next year is like taking away the things that are no longer serving you. There could be like something that's going to happen between you and a friend, but it's happening for the better. It's happening for the better. Like if you have like a falling out with a certain friend or something like that, it's literally for the better. Embrace it because that person, I believe, was stealing your energy. I'm really hearing that some of you like have a person in your life that tends to really like milk your energy. So if there is some massive changes that do happen with that, embrace it. Embrace it because it's bringing you to a better place. We also have the card of Leo coming up, so there could be some significant Leos in your life. This is something that could deal with a Leo in your life for some of you, or maybe you are a Leo or you know a significant person in your life that's a Leo. But if not, this card just in general indicates our self-confidence, which is something we've been talking about, loyalty. So I really think you're going to be more focused on who's really loyal to me. Who am I loyal to? Who do I want to be really connected to? And who do I want to be fully like, who do I want to fully give my energy to, right? Rather than giving it to just anyone and everyone. Leo tends to have a really big heart and they tend to want to give a lot to others. So you may be somebody who really wants to give a lot to others, no matter who they are, no matter, how they treat you. But I think you're starting to realize that maybe we need to conserve some of our energy for, people that are really on the same page as us and people that can also reciprocate that same kind of energy. Leo's also a very creative card. It's also a very fun card. Leo can also indicate our hair. So you may radically change your hair. You may radically, add some color to it or do something really different to it. So that can also be something when we have Uranus and Leo coming up. But together they also kind of have this energy of really creative fun, new fun ideas coming into your life, bringing in more fun in general, setting your heart on fire with something, right? Like all of a sudden it's like this spark of inspiration. So let's see what else we have here. Group two, group two, group two. two. We have Taurus coming up. Ooh, some Taurus energy as well. So Taurus is about like comforts. It says right here, trust, patience, and sensuality. Taurus is also very much like a physical, it's an earth energy. So it talks about our physical world. It can talk about our money, our finances. It's connected to the planet of Venus, which is love, beauty, and money. So this can be where we are increasing our finances. We may be more focused on how can I like expand them? How can I make them grow? Some of you may also be doing like a material upgrade in your life. So there could be a big material purchase that you're thinking about making. There also could be like unexpected shifts that cause you to increase your money in some way. But this card, since it says trust, patience, and sensuality, I really think that you're becoming more stable, more secure in life to where you feel like you can trust life more. I also feel like you're going to be able to trust your money more because I feel like somehow money is going to be something that's easier for you, something that's more stable for you in the year of 2023. And then the sensuality, I feel like it's kind of talking about that spark and that passion that's going to be coming alive for you in this next year. So that is exciting. Let's get into our next deck of cards here. I recently got this really cool oracle deck. It's called the Coffee Cup Oracle, and this has been like my favorite new deck. So let's see what this one has in store for you. We have a lot of cards. Let's start off with this one, the Wheel. Endings and beginnings. So the tide is shifting for you. You're making a big turn in your life. You're also going to be realizing how certain shifts and turns are now playing a really important role in your life. So different random unexpected turns and shifts that you've had in your life over the past few years, things that really didn't make sense, things that were out of your control, are going to start to make sense in this next year because you're going to see how it shifted you in a very positive way, because you're going to start to reap the benefits of those shifts and of those changes. I also think that there's going to be a lot more changes happening, so endings and beginnings, which is kind of connected to this Uranus card because this wheel talks about unexpected change. And this card even says radically change. Things are going to radically shift and change for you. Things are going to like steer in another direction in 2023, but it's going to be for the better. So if you do notice like unexpected shifts happening in your life, again, like I said earlier, embrace them because it's leading you where you're meant to be. And it's going to lead you to a lot more abundance in your life. It's going to lead you to a lot more inspiration, a lot more balance, and it's going to take away the things that are not serving you or your highest good. We also have the Witch card, so magic and curse. So there's certain things, okay, so this one's interesting. There's certain things, some of you may even feel like you are stuck in a certain cycle. The wheel can indicate patterns and cycles. Some of you may feel like, oh, I'm stuck in that certain pattern or cycle and it'll never stop and it's out of my control. There's magic happening here where you're going to be breaking those patterns. And that's something that I was kind of feeling earlier when we were going through the cards as well, that you're going to be breaking certain habits and patterns. The Witch and the Wheel absolutely indicates that you're breaking patterns, and it also indicates that there's a magical shift that's going to happen for you. Magical shift, magical turn that's going to happen for you in your life. So again, if there's unexpected change, embrace it because it's a magical shift that's happening for you and it's going to lead you to a much better place. And it's also going to unlock your inner power and your inner magic. So keep that in mind as well. Ooh, and then we have the Heart. So new love. Ooh, some of you, there could be a big shift in your life because you're meant to find someone. Some of you, if you are single, or if you're going through a breakup, or if you're in a really rocky relationship right now, you're meant to find real love this year. You're meant to make certain shifts, and there will be unexpected shifts, and you may be meeting a new person that you really fall in love with. If you are single, or if you are in like something complicated where it's clearly not going to really maybe get any better, you are meant to find, there's a new beginning here. You're meant to find something that sets your heart on fire this year. A lot of you, I think you're going to be meeting somebody very significant. And I'm hearing that it's going to be surrounded by the number 6. So that could indicate June. It could indicate 6 months from now. It could indicate the 6th of a month or something like that. But I'm hearing the number 6 for some reason. Maybe you're going to see a lot of 6s. Maybe you're going to see like angel number 6 around in different places or whatnot. Or even 222, because 222 equals a 6 as well. And 6s actually also indicate harmony, and numerologically they indicate a time of union as well. So there could be a union coming in your life. For those of you that are already in a stable, great relationship, I'm seeing this as something new that sets your heart on fire. So this could be like a new passion, a new great friendship. This could be the re-spark of a romance as well. But I'm really feeling for a lot of you, I feel like a lot of you watching this particular group, you are likely single or maybe going through a breakup at the moment, and I'm really seeing a significant person coming into your life in this next year. So with that being said, let's go ahead and shuffle our last deck of cards. I'm also going to restart my camera because it tends to cut out around this time, so I'm going to be right back. Okay, we are back. So let's go ahead and shuffle our last deck. We have the change card. I'm not even surprised. Oh my God. The fact that we have Uranus coming up, the fact that we have endings and beginnings, like there's so many cards that indicate change here. And then of course we have the change card coming up for you. So this one, what it says is falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. And look at this. Look at these falling leaves on the Ace of Wands. But it's also sprouting new ones. So falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. You know, like when you see a tree and it's shedding those beautiful flowers, but then all of a sudden it blossoms like an orange or an apple or something like that. Like that's what this change card is talking about. If certain things, if there's certain things that are falling out of your life, if there's certain endings that happen in your life, it doesn't signify the end. It actually signifies the beginning of a fruitful season. It's just getting rid of the thing that was maybe standing in the way, right? So keep that in mind for the year of 2023. There's going to be a lot of shifts for you, let me tell you, some big, massive shifts, but at the same time, it's bringing you where you're meant to be, and it's bringing you to a fruitful season and a fruitful time. So let's see. Let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. So there are certain things that will be sort of falling out of your life in the year of 2023. But let it go. Allow yourself to let it go. Allow yourself to let go of those falling leaves, because there's something new that's growing. There's new love. There's new passion that's coming into your life. There's newness coming into your life, and it's going to be quite beautiful. So embrace the change, because it's leading you where you're truly meant to be. This could be even changes with career that are out of your control. This could be changes with all sorts of things that are maybe out of your control, but there's a message from Spirit here about let it go and embrace the change, because it's about to sprout something brand new that is so much better. So embrace it. It's making room for the best thing. It's making room for the fruit to kind of come through. So that's going to be so much better. I hope you enjoyed this reading group number 2. That is all we have for you for the year of 2023. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be a reading, so let's get right into it. All right, so group 3, here are the 2 cards that we start off with. We have the hummingbird and the black egg. And this card right here is representing the current archetype of you. And then this is representing the archetype of how you are going to transform in the year of 2023. So both of these are actually really interesting cards. And the black egg is actually a really powerful card. So I'm excited to talk about that. But the hummingbird indicates that your current archetype, you're very curious, you are really interested in learning, and you have a lot of different interests. I feel like for you, you can get distracted pretty easily, because you can go down certain rabbit holes. Like all of a sudden you see this other like cool idea and you're like, oh, I want to do that, I want to explore that. And it may be hard for you to finish projects at times. It may be hard for you to fully follow through on something because you tend to have a lot of excitement for new things all the time. And again, you may get distracted a little bit easily. But the hummingbird is actually such a powerful card at the same time because it indicates that you actually have a very unique voice. You have a unique set of interests, and because you're so interested in so many things, that's why we have this rainbow around here, is like you're a full spectrum person. You're being called into so many different directions, but those different directions make an entire whole. It makes everything more complete because, you know, rather than being just interested in one niche, you're interested in all the niches. You're interested in so many different things, and all together that can create a beautiful conglomerate of, you know, a very unique being. So you are a very unique being. You're a very unique person and a unique soul that is actually here on this planet to do very unique things. You're here to create change. You're here to invoke like a new energy in the world, okay? And the hummingbird very much brings emphasis towards the voice. So it's almost as if you've been developing your voice. You know, you've been exploring a lot of different things, which you were meant to. So your distraction is actually kind of your gift. You may think that it's just distraction pulling you away from the things that you said you were going to do, but it is actually kind of a gift. So it's important to have that balance and kind of embrace it as well. Because this is what's making you into a very well-rounded, really developed person, because you're gonna explore a lot of avenues in your lifetime. And again, this all together is gonna create a really nice conglomerate and make you into a very unique, special individual. Your specialness is actually going to be coming out more than ever in the year of 2023. Your voice, again, is being highlighted, and you're about to completely have like a new beginning. You're about to birth a new beginning. The black egg is really significant though, because the black egg signifies that this is more of like an unpredictable new beginning, and it can also indicate that you have a hidden talent, hidden gift or hidden talent, or this could also indicate hidden information that's about to birth and burst into your life in the new year, because this is how you're changing in the new year. So you're about to incubate, you're incubating something. You may be incubating an idea. You may be incubating a plan, and it's developing, but there's more to it. There's more to this picture than you can maybe see right now, and it's going to develop more during the year of 2023. Keep in mind that you're meant to use your voice in 2023. You're meant to hatch open. You've been exploring so many things, and that's right where you were meant to be. You were meant to be interested in so many different things. You were meant to be hopping from one flower to the next. That's the hummingbird energy. That's who you were meant to be. Although in 2023, now's a time where you take all that you know right now, you take that conglomerate, and you now make something of it. In 2023, you're now going to be making something of this, of all of these different interests. You may even notice that in the beginning of 2023, you're still having a lot of interests and maybe going through a few distractions, but there's gonna be something that comes of this. And it may be slightly unexpected. You may not fully see exactly what it is. Some of you may have a slight idea, because I feel like you are, you know, kind of cultivating certain ideas right now, but the way that it's all going to come together at the end is going to be really special, and it's going to be almost unpredictable. You couldn't even see the final product until it, you know, gets revealed, basically. And that's what the black egg indicates, is that it's unknown and there's something kind of special about it. There's something unique about it. So I'm really excited to see what it is that you guys are birthing in this new year. Like, there's definitely a new idea that's being birthed here, and a new talent or something that's coming out. The black egg can also symbolize surprises coming into your life, unexpected surprises. So keep that in mind as well, because that also indicates that in this next year, there's going to be a hidden surprise for you. This could be a hidden opportunity that's coming your way. This could be a hidden gift that's coming your way, something like this that's going to hatch open, and it's going to be exciting. Especially if you've been working on something lately, if you've been putting effort towards something or researching something, kind of coming up with an idea, that's going to be something that's developing a lot more and then hatching sometime in the year of 2023. So that's going to be really exciting. The next few cards that we have for you, we have illumination and vibrancy. Ooh, both of those. Illumination is when we light something up, especially something that maybe was once dark, something that we didn't fully see. You're going to get answers to things, maybe certain things that you're still figuring out. You're going to be getting a lot of answers to your questions, and it's going to allow you to kind of develop more into this new stage of your life. And it's interesting because the elements that we have for you, we have the air and ether. The air element is our thinking mind, our voice, our communication, and then we have the ether. So you're really connecting to like a deeper part of your soul and your spirit in this next year. And then vibrancy here, you're adding more color to your life. And it's interesting because we had this rainbow of colors that was kind of indicating your wide range of interests and how you're a very like wide scope kind of person who has a lot of different interests. Like people couldn't really define you. People have a hard time defining you because you're so unique and you're so kind of all over the place, but in a good way. I also think that a lot of you are kind of activating your chakras in this next year. And what I mean by that, like our chakras or chakras, whatever you want to call them, they're always working, right? There's different pronunciations for them. So sorry if I don't want to offend anybody with my personal pronunciation of chakras. But anyway, the chakras are always working. There are energy centers, there are energy vortexes, but it almost feels like you're illuminating them even brighter. And their vibrancy, their amount of color and depth is becoming even more. So it's almost like you're getting more in touch with your spiritual side in this next year. And you're also kind of igniting deeper sparks within you in this new year as well. Your vibrancy in life, it just seems like everything's going to get brighter and more colorful. Your life experience just seems more colorful and full of new things in this next year. So definitely get prepared for that because it looks like you're opening brand new doorways that are just going to be more exciting in general. So that's exciting. I also think you're going to be illuminating new paths, especially if you felt a little bit lost and all over the place. You're going to be illuminating the path that you're meant to go down and meant to explore. So that is also quite exciting there. So with that being said, let's get into our tarot cards. And let's see. Ooh, we have the Emperor coming out. That's a super powerful card. The Emperor talks about sitting on your throne and kind of commanding your own kingdom. So there's an essence where you're conquering a lot of old obstacles because you finally have the means to do so. And it feels like you're more in control in your life than ever. You may even be doing something that puts you in more of a commanding position. So this could be getting a job promotion, for example. This could be graduating. This could be starting a business where we're in the commander's position. This could be doing a higher level learning where maybe we're going to have like a really important idol that we're looking up to, and we get to sort of follow in their footsteps and learn from them, study them, and sort of get to this position. This is definitely a huge up level and upgrade, and it's also a card where we're taking action. And then the Aries energy within this card with the rams indicate that there's a new beginning that you are embarking on. And you're also very divinely protected, and you're more confident in yourself than ever. So let's see what else we get. We also have the Four of Swords. If you've been waiting to take action, this is the year where I think it's kind of like the wake-up call. I do think you're going to be planning this year. Like there's a lot of contemplation, deep thinking, and a lot of planning, and a lot of finding answers to things that maybe didn't work out in the past. Very much like overcoming obstacles, really deep learning. And I think you're going to be coming up with like new plans that you're going to be really excited to explore. It's also going to be really important to get more rest this year. Some of you have been getting a lot of rest, but it's about getting quality rest. That's going to be a theme in this new year, is getting quality rest and also taking quality action. Having the balance between both of those is going to be something that you're figuring out in this next year, so that you can actually get quality downtime to recuperate your energy. I think this next year you're going to realize how important it is to recuperate your energy and to take breaks. You're going to realize the importance in that. I do see you taking more breaks in this next year. Both of these cards are also the number 4 numerologically. Both of them associate with the number 4. The number 4 is our foundation. If we want to feel safe and secure, and if we want to have the most solid, stable, balanced foundation that we can build upon, we need to have balance between action and rest. We also need to have balance between deep thinking and waiting before our next move, and then also actually taking moves, making moves without just sitting in contemplation. We need to have that balance, right? If we want to continue moving forward and if we want to have more stability. The fact that we even have both of these 4s coming up shows that you will have tons more stability, and you are figuring out that balance in this next year of 2023. And it's going to feel a lot better because you are really respecting your downtime. You're respecting your time of need for rest, and it's going to pay off greatly. You are going to feel more energized. You are going to feel more stable. You're going to feel more secure, more rooted, and stronger, more confident. I think rest is going to be something that does become very important to you in this next year. And I do see you having more vacation time, more time to regenerate and revitalize yourself. Okay, and then our next 2 cards, we also have Page of Cups being reversed, and then we have the 3 of Wands being reversed. So Page of Cups being reversed, I think your creativity is going to heavily depend on your ability to regather energy and to rest. I also think this next year is going to be about you embracing your uniqueness. Some of you have tried to maybe turn off your uniqueness and hide your uniqueness. Some of you have also hesitated on acting on ideas because you may be scared of judgment, maybe scared of what other people are going to think of you. Maybe your self-image is kind of like, I don't know, you think of yourself as like silly sometimes. You're like, oh, that's silly that I would do that. Or like, oh, that's like, people are going to judge that. That's kind of too out there. You know, some of you see yourself as a really unique and kind of weird person. But you know what's great is actually that is your plus side. You should be shining that. All of us have unique, weird sides and quirky sides and uniquenesses that make us really kind of different from other people, right? All of us have that. This is a year where you're meant to embrace more of that, because if you don't embrace that, you're going to notice that you're not moving forward. You're going to notice that you overthink. Sometimes you overthink to the point where you question yourself and you kill your creativity by overthinking. The year of 2023 is calling you to not overthink. 2023 is calling you to step into confidence. 2023 is calling you to embrace those, you know, different aspects of yourself, the unique aspects of yourself. And as you do, you also give permission to other people to be that way as well. I'm getting an image in my head. This is a really funny image. I'm not sure if all of you watching this have ever seen SpongeBob before. I mean, it's a pretty well-known show, but I have the episode in my head of where SpongeBob has to be normal, and then all of a sudden he smooths out his like sponge-like skin, and all of a sudden he becomes like this soap bar looking thing where he's like super shiny and super like perfect, because he's trying to be normal, and so he's trying to fit into normal, and everyone's trying to fit into this like normal, sorry, I just whacked my camera. Everyone's trying to fit into this normal kind of thing, and everyone becomes this really boring, really bland kind of group, and nobody's really happy. You can tell nobody's really happy. So we actually shut down a big part of ourselves when we overthink and we overjudge, we self-criticize too much. we end up really holding ourselves back from our potential, and we also end up shutting off our creativity. You're meant to unlock your creativity again this year, and it's going to come heavily from embracing your uniqueness and not overthinking it. Okay? And it's going to allow you to move forward bigger than ever. This is going to allow you to make leaps in your life. Okay? Yeah, so, lots of things. I also think that some of you are going to make a shift. Something that you were once pursuing, you're going to realize that maybe you're going to alter the direction of it a little bit, because you're realizing like, maybe I was kind of going in the wrong direction with that, because you were shutting off maybe a part of yourself. And so I feel like you're reawakening a new part of yourself, and it's going to slightly change your direction. It's not going to maybe fully do, like, I don't see you doing a full 180 or anything like that, but I do see you slightly shifting your direction for the better, because you're realizing that it's time to embrace who you really are. And there's going to be some changes in your life because of that. And it's going to allow you to liberate a lot more. It's going to allow you to feel seen. It's going to allow your heart to really start to show and all that. So it's going to be a very positive shift. And so with that being said, let's get into our next few cards here and see what else is going on for you. We have I Am Truth coming out. So now it's time to embrace your authentic truth, rather than holding yourself back, rather than filtering yourself too much. Some of you may try to filter yourselves too much. Some of you may overthink and then feel like, like you're self-criticizing yourself way too much. This is realizing that you can express your authentic truth. You can be truly you, even with your, tears and rips and imperfections. That's what real truth is embracing those imperfections and realizing that you are perfect because of those imperfections, right? So everything's imperfectly perfect. I really think that you're coming out as a more authentic version of you, and it's going to liberate you. It's going to liberate you. I also think a lot of you are trying to take honesty more seriously in 2023. Like, I feel like you're making promises to yourself, like, I want to be more authentic. I want to be more open. I want to be more honest. I want to be more truthful. I think a lot of you are making promises to yourself about that. And that's going to help you make nice big changes in your life for the better. I also think you're setting the foundation for something. You're setting the stage for like something new in your life, or something big, something that you're really wanting to put your energy towards. We do also have unconditional love coming through here. So some of you may be in a partnership already, and I see that getting deeper. So if you do have a person in your life already, I see that getting so much deeper. I see you connecting on a really deep level, and I see you understanding love more than you ever have before. That's going to be a big theme for you in 2023, is understanding love more than you ever have before. For those of you that are single, this can also indicate that you're going to meet somebody very significant in your life where you have a deeper understanding of love. So there could be somebody also coming into your life if you are single. But again, if you are in a relationship, I'm seeing a deepening of that relationship. And so let's get into our astrology cards here, and let's see what kind of planets, signs are influencing you in 2023. What kind of energy we have. We have Jupiter. Oh, I love that card. Jupiter is my favorite planet, I would say, other than Mercury. Mercury and Jupiter are like my favorite planets. All the planets are great, but I really particularly gravitate towards Jupiter. So this one is about growth and expansion. Jupiter is also the planet of abundance. It's also the planet of travel. I would not be surprised if some of you go on a big trip, or maybe even multiple, considering we have the Three of Wands here and also Jupiter. Travel could be a big thing for you in the year of 2023. There could be some short trips. I'm also definitely seeing like a big trip in there of some kind. Maybe you're going to be called to new areas or something like that in the year of 2023. Jupiter also indicates expansion within money. Jupiter also indicates that it's just a time of abundance in general, where it just feels like our whole life is like expanding, and that we are getting upgraded and we are growing. You may feel like your soul is growing. You may feel like your assets are growing. Jupiter also is kind of like, you could look at it as a very lucky planet. It just brings abundance. It brings gratitude. It brings like a feeling of like things that we should be grateful for, you know, especially if you have your eyes set on something. Jupiter really helps us expand that target so we can hit exactly what it is that we want. I almost see it as the planet of manifestation and getting your manifestations and feeling really like high on life, like you're on cloud 9. That's the Jupiter kind of energy. So let's go ahead and see what else we get. We also have Capricorn here, which deals with climbing, getting to the top of things. Overcoming challenges is a great aspect of Capricorn. So if there has been challenges that have been in your way, Capricorn is the energy of overcoming that, finding ways and finding the strength to go through and break through walls, break through old barriers, to get to where you need to go. This card particularly says ambition. So this could be where we're very determined for something. Our willpower is increasing. We also have realism. So this is also when you're being more realistic, but it can also be when you realize that your dreams can happen. So that's also the energy of Capricorn. A lot of people look at Capricorn as restriction upon dreams, but it also, that's like the negative side of Capricorn, right? The negative side of Capricorn is being too logical and not seeing a way for certain things to happen. But the other more magical side of Capricorn that also exists is realism, in the fact of you can have your wildest dreams. There is a way for that to happen. You can make it realistic. You can make your wildest dreams realistic. That's the positive, amazing side of Capricorn, especially since we have Capricorn with Jupiter. Jupiter allows us to expand our awareness, expand our consciousness to seeing that there is a path. There is a realistic path to get to our abundance and our desires. We also have methodical steps. So this is realizing that maybe I just need to take a more practical approach to my dreams to make them more realistic, to make them more possible, right? To make it all of a sudden something that can happen in your life. So I do think you're going to be planning, which is also that Four of Swords energy. You're definitely going to be planning for something and figuring out how you can exactly make something more realistic and make it actually come to life. Let's see what else we have. Also, I apologize if I seem really nasally today. I had like a cold or flu recently, and I have like a super stuffy runny nose today because of it. But yeah. Let's see what else we get for you. We also have Pluto, which is the planet of major transformation, but it's also the planet that gives us unexpected gifts. So Pluto, even though it's kind of seen as a malefic planet, I also really feel like taking out this card that's like right at the top. It just sort of like fell out. So we also have Yang. Okay, so feminine energy. So let's talk about all this. This is fun. Okay, so Pluto, it's normally seen as a malefic planet. It's like the planet of death and transformation. And death is metaphorical. It kind of just means like the metamorphosis of something. So it's like, for example, the butterfly that's right here. It's the death of the caterpillar because the caterpillar is now becoming a butterfly. So it's that metamorphosis. That's what Pluto talks about. You're going to be going through a major metamorphosis where you were once this caterpillar kind of chugging along, but then you realize, hey, my dreams are realistic. Maybe you had a dream to like, you know, soar the skies one day, but you're like, I'm a caterpillar, I can't do that. But then you realize, shit, there's a way to make that realistic because guess what? Caterpillars are also butterflies. They become butterflies. And now this year, I feel like you're gonna be in a cocoon, which is kind of like this black egg. You're going to be in this cocoon and you're going to hatch. You're going to grow your wings to realize that you do have the potential to reach your dreams and your desires that once felt out of reach for you. You're going to go through a major transformation of that. Also, Yang, you're going to be more in tune with your feminine needs and nature. All of us have feminine and masculine energies within us. We even have the Emperor and the Yang here, which is kind of nice. It's a nice, oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? Yin is feminine and Yang is masculine. I was looking at the pink in this card and for some reason feeling feminine energy, but I think that's just the fact that this was talking about the balance of Yin and Yang. That's so weird. Yang is 100% the masculine energy, but again, just because the pink, for some reason, my mind was like, feminine energy. But anyway, that's Yin. Yin is feminine. Anyway, this card, is the masculine energy, but I also think you are going to be balancing the feminine energy as well. It's interesting that we have two very masculine cards though. This is the year where it's about action. It's about making things come to life. It's about making your dreams happen. But it's also about honoring that feminine side, especially since that was something that was like coming up that I was for some reason feeling and seeing. The balance of the feminine as well is that proper rest, the proper nurture. Because with the proper rest and the proper nurture, we're going to feel revitalized, our energy, and then we're going to be able to take that action to make our dreams happen. So it's about that balance. I really think you're going to be balancing out your life a lot more in this next year. But I also see you taking tons more action. Like whatever you were doing this last year, if you thought you had a busy last year, if you thought that you were taking a lot of action last year, no, this year is the year of being productive, but I don't see it being forced. So if you're thinking like, oh no, I'm gonna be even more busy, that sounds awful. No, this is not like a forced busyness. This is not like, and there could be certain days that are like that, but your overall next year, it's almost like you're being like shot up with energy to attain what it is that you desire, energy to be productive because you're inspired, right? And this is going to be that forward motion energy, the doing, finally expressing, your voice, the expression and proactivity. So you're going to become more alive in this next year. Some of you may even be interested in doing like, deeper fitness goals or something like that, because the activity thing, like you could just take up like a new hobby or sport that is like more activity focused. But definitely a lot of like moving forward, sorry, I'm getting super nasally. A lot of moving forward type of energy. We have the sun right here, but it's also then balanced with the moon. It's that yin yang energy because yang is the sun, it's the masculine, whereas yin is the moon, which is the feminine. And both of them are in balance. So we have to have that nice balance between both of them, the nice dance between both of them, and it's going to give you more energy, more like revitalization in your life. So that is what we have there. There could also be a significant male coming into your life, this, and depending on what that looks like for you, again, this could be like a romantic relationship, or this could be like a platonic relationship coming into your life, just depending on, what your current love life is like. But I'm definitely seeing an interesting masculine energy kind of coming through here that may be quite significant. You may be that masculine energy that's just sailing on. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing like a significant maybe masculine person coming into your life. So we also have whale coming up. We also have eye. Ooh, this can indicate that you need to protect your energy a little bit. And I don't mean that to scare you at all. It's not like a scary thing, so don't worry about that. But the eye just indicates that there may be people that are jealous of you. And this could even be people that are close to you. This could be people that are close to you. This could be people on social media. But it's just about protecting your energy a little bit more. This could also be about like things that tend to steal your energy, such as scrolling on Instagram or getting lost in the sauce on TikTok, like this could just be about bringing more awareness. The eye talks about awareness of where your attention and focus is going. Also sorry guys, my camera cut out there and I'm not sure where it cut out, but basically the eye can indicate our awareness and where our awareness is being pulled. So for example, the eye and protection can indicate that we need to protect our energy more from being distracted, from being pulled into our phone, or from being pulled into like other habits that keep us sort of, that lower our energy or take away our time. For example, we may not see that our time is just being thrown out the window because we get, the example that I used was lost in the sauce on TikTok. I'm not sure where, again, the camera cut out, so I'm not sure if you already heard that or not, but like maybe we're getting lost in the sauce on TikTok, or maybe we're like scrolling on Instagram way too much and we get distracted. So the eye is like maybe our attention is being pulled where we don't want it to be pulled. Maybe we need to also protect ourselves a little bit from people who may be jealous of us and may rub off that energy towards us, and maybe we're noticing that we feel negative around certain people when we shouldn't be. And that could be maybe because there's a bit of jealousy coming across. The eye can also indicate that, you know, some people are really envious of you, and maybe it's just time to protect your energy a little bit. Maybe, just use more awareness when it comes to where your energy is being pulled, and also, like who you fully open up to. You know, maybe we're just needing to watch our energy a little bit more. Then on this whale card, this one says the wisdom keeper. The whale indicates that you're going more deep into yourself. You're getting to know yourself on a much deeper level in this new year. I really think that this new awareness of yourself is going to allow you to expand more than ever. The whale is very connected to Jupiter energy because it's that big expansion, but it's almost connected to the Jupiter energy in the traditional sense, where Pisces is also something that's ruled by Jupiter. So this is like that Pisces sort of energy, this whale card. It's this expansion, but deep in your subconscious mind, deep in your dreams. You're going to be expanding your dreams a lot in this next year. If you have certain projects that you really like, or if you have like a certain career or your love life, this is kind of the expansion of those things where we're getting deeper into them. So I feel like you're going to be expanding deeper in your career. I feel like you're going to be expanding ideas. I feel like you're going to be expanding your love life and expanding who you are in general. I think that there's going to be a lot of learning, because this one's again also really connected to wisdom and knowledge. So this could also be indicating that you're going to go on a deep learning binge as well in this next year, where maybe you are just studying so much and intaking information really fast, and it's just going to be a catalyst of transformation. So let's go ahead and get another card here for my group threes. I'm feeling this one. We have Old Man. This one is inheritance and male. So again, more masculine energy. There could be an important man coming into your life in 2023. A significant person that is male. This could be somebody that you already know, maybe a new person. This one specifically deals with inheritance and masculine energy. So there could be like a gift coming your way, or there could be something that you're sort of owed. There could be a karmic debt where you're owed good karma. You may have put a lot of like good things, good effort, good intentions into a lot of things, and this is your year where that's going to balance out and you're going to be receiving. The inheritance indicates that you're going to be receiving. You're an old soul, and I feel like you are going to be receiving a lot this year, like receiving gifts. And I felt that with the Black Egg card too, because that also can indicate surprises, surprise gifts. So there could be some certain surprises where you're being repaid for something, even just karma in general, like good karma. You're going to be raking in good karma and things like that in this new year. So that is also really exciting. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our last deck of cards. These are some wonderful Oracle advice cards. I love them so much, and I'm super excited to see what comes up for you. So group 3. Any last information for group 3 for 2023? Let's see. We have learn, so learning something new, which is that wisdom. So take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. I think you're going to be just like, some of you may even take like a course. You may be going to school for something in 2023, or you may be interested in just like learning, like self-studying, being self-taught in something in 2023. But I really think that you're learning something new in this next year. We also have humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. Ooh, look at that. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. Remember that, because this is the reminder that you don't need to compare yourself. You don't need to compare yourself to anybody else. You may feel competition sometimes, or you may feel behind sometimes, or you may compare yourself and say like, oh, I'm not good enough because this person's better, and this is why they're where they're at and why I'm where I'm at. No, flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless, and everybody has different tastes in flowers, right? Everyone has different tastes in flowers. Like, they bloom regardless. So people, you will attract the people that resonate with you. You are a unique flower, and just because you think that the flower next to you is super beautiful, and maybe you think that it's somehow more beautiful than you, if you bloom regardless, there's going to be another flower that's looking at you that thinks you are the most beautiful one in the garden. So don't compare yourself. Don't feel like you are insignificant. Don't feel like you're less worthy because you're comparing yourself to somebody else. People all have different tastes and all have different desires. And there's going to be people that are so called towards you and your unique energy. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind in 2023, and don't let comparison ever stop you or hold you back from where you want to go and the dreams that you have. So that's a huge, big thing of advice to end us off with for your reading, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it resonated with you. I hope it offered some guidance and some clarity upon your next year. I am sending you so much love. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me, and hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 4, if you chose, oh my goodness, look at me, I'm just like knocking things over. If you chose this pile for your year of 2023, then this is gonna be a reading, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, so group 4. I know I shouldn't pick favorite piles, but considering the cards that we're starting off with here, I think I have a favorite pile. So these 2 cards are pretty significant. This one over here is representing your current archetype of energy, and then this one over here is representing the archetype of energy that you are going to have in 2023 and how you're going to be transforming in this next year. The owl is such a great card, but it can indicate that right now you may be a little bit of a hermit. You may be kind of maybe keeping to yourself a lot more, maybe being a little bit of a homebody even. But the owls are incredibly wise. They're incredibly smart. But it's also kind of like rare to find an owl. They know how to kind of hide and not be seen. And you've been in your burrow a little bit in this last year. This was a year of growth for you, and it was a year of learning. So you may have felt like this last year may have been a little bit slow, where maybe there wasn't as much expansion as there usually is for you. And that's because you were going through the period of the owl. You're going through a period of really deep wisdom and deep learning. Sometimes learning doesn't always come in the easiest of ways either. So you may have had a year that may have involved, some harder learning, some harder lessons, some harder challenges, but you are coming out of that more wise than ever. And the owl archetype is so magical and mystical. Like, it reminds me also of the owl of Harry Potter, like that owl that Harry Potter had. It was just like, it was the symbol of like wisdom, and it also made Harry Potter like stand out. It made him kind of more unique in a way with his owl. They can also be seen as like hunters. They're night owls, right? Owls are nocturnal. So you may have even noticed that you were staying up later at times, or maybe your sleep schedule was off every now and then, and maybe you were having hard times falling asleep every now and then within this last year. That is also part of the owl archetype, and that's because you were going through deep learning where your mind was processing a lot of information, whether you were consciously aware of it or not. And so this was a major time of huge growth for you. And in this next year, you're about to transform into the firefly. And the firefly is when you begin kind of taking flight. You take all that you've known, and now it's time to start doing something with it. We have 2 air sign cards here, and both of these are indicating that you've been doing a lot of mental work, possibly a lot of reading, researching, learning, and there's now going to be some speaking, some vocalization or expression of this. Expression can even be in the form of art or in any sort of form where you express yourself. The firefly is now when we start doing something with it. We turn the light on, we start shining. Some of you, this is a time where in 2023, you're meant to be in the spotlight. You're not meant to burrow yourself anymore. You're meant to come out. You are meant to spark that fire and fly. This is a time, the firefly is literally a spotlight. He's also a symbol of magic too. So this is a time where magic is going to be surrounding you. There's going to be a lot of synchronicities, and you may find yourself in instances where all of a sudden you're put in the spotlight. And this is to develop you into getting used to being in the spotlight more. You're being pulled out of your burrow. It's time for you to expand. It's time for you to come out. It's time for you to reveal the curtain of the things that you've been thinking about and working on, and it's time to take action on them. It's time to do. It's time to put yourself out there and be more confident in yourself. I think you're learning how to be confident. You're learning how to be confident in what it is that you know. And it's interesting because we start off with a bigger animal and then we go smaller. Whereas in the previous readings, we had a smaller animal that was getting bigger. But for you, we have a big animal that's getting smaller. You feel really comfortable as the burrowing owl. You feel really comfortable in your own element. As you go in the spotlight, you may feel a little bit intimidation. You may feel a little bit timid, and you may want to kind of hide in your shell and be small, and you're like, no. And it may be a different situation for you where you're going to have to grow more. But the interesting thing is it didn't take away any of your power. The firefly is literally a card of magic. This is that spark of magic awakening within you. More of your purpose is awakening this year. This is a time where people are going to notice you a lot. You're going to attract more people to you. If you think about fireflies, whenever you see fireflies around, everyone is just like, oh my God, look at it. Like, we have to go look at it. We have to observe. I've never seen somebody have a firefly in front of them and not get enamored by it. This is a year where people are going to start to really notice you. People are going to get called towards you. So if you are someone who's like in the spotlight, if you have a career that, maybe requires the attention of a lot of people or whatnot, or if you're trying to have a career like that, I think this is the year where you're going to begin that. And this is also a year where that's going to start happening for you. You're going to start calling in the audience that you've been, seeking, or maybe you haven't even been seeking it, but the audience is being called to you regardless. Like, you're calling in an audience. People are going to start noticing you. This is a year where you're going to get noticed more. You're going to get more attention. People are going to be more attracted to you. And it's because you have something. You've been developing something. You've been developing a talent or skill. You've been developing your wisdom. And now it's time for you to take action on that. So yeah, the next card that we have here is Peace. This is a really great card. And I feel like you're going to become more at peace with yourself. You're also going to become more at peace with this new life that you're going to be going into. I also think that this is like you've developed enough to where you're more at peace with yourself than you ever have been. And this next year is going to allow you to step into that even more. Also, I apologize if I sound super nasally in this reading. I've said this in the previous readings, but I have like a cold or flu, and it's like finally over, but I have this like super stuffy and runny nose now. So if I sound like congested throughout this, I apologize in advance. But yeah, we are working hard regardless. The next card that we have is Artistry. So some of you may literally be artists. You may have a creative thing that you're meant to express this next year. You're maybe meant to turn it into some sort of beautiful art and to put it out there and see what happens. And it may start off small, but it's garnering attention. Whatever it is that you're doing, it may start off kind of small, but don't let that diminish your perception of the amount of magic that it holds within it. There's a lot of magic within this. This is a time where I think you're going to be even developing your artistry further, because now you get to go in the spotlight where you may receive some criticism. Anytime we go in the spotlight, we open ourselves up to positivity and negativity, right? I do think you're going to be developing and learning even further as you do that, but in a very positive way. Your artistry is going to get to the next level. Your creativity is being called to get to the next level as well. So, lots of great things. Lots of great things. Group number 4. This is really exciting. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. I also just want to point out, I just noticed we also have the number 33 on the top of this card. So that's an angel number. 33 deals with communication, connecting to the right people, networking. It deals with social media, online presence, marketing, things like that. It also, it very much deals with other people, and also celebrations, deals with celebrations as well. So that's something that also may be connected to your year of 2023. Then we also have the World. You're closing out an old chapter. The World can also indicate that we are opening up certain curtains. We're revealing a new us. I also think that you're really weaving something full circle. You're going to be really proud of something. You're completing something. If you've been actually hermitized because you've been working on something for a long time and developing something, it's coming out in 2023. You're going to be completing it in 2023. If there's been a long thing that you've been working on, or maybe you've been working on a certain career for a long time, you're like becoming more of a master at it, and you're completing a very big chapter of your life. Yeah, I mean, even the 10s deal with completion. This one's upside down, so it's not fully complete yet, but it is getting completed in the year of 2023. You may not notice payoff right away, and Spirit wants you to know, don't be disappointed if the payoff isn't as big or as quick as you wanted, because the payoff is coming. The attention is coming. Okay? Let's see what else we get for you. My group fours, my group fours, my group fours. All right, we also have the Three of Pentacles. There could be important collaborations or important people that you're meeting. This could also indicate starting a business and doing contractual work. So some of you, that could be a thing. Maybe some of you are interested in starting a business or signing certain contracts, maybe working with, this could be like working with a manufacturer, working with someone. This could also be doing home improvements and hiring somebody to help you with home improvements. There is some sort of work thing here that's involving contracts. This could be you hiring someone to do work for you, or it could indicate you signing contracts to do work for somebody else. It could be commission-based. This could be you in a studio. This could be you showing your art that you've done, and you have a small audience in front of you where people are going to be coming to you. I think that you're gaining a client base, especially if some of you have been working on a business. It looks like you're gaining a certain client base for whatever this is. Okay? And it's starting off small, but it's literally getting a bigger and bigger audience throughout the year. I'm seeing it like, yeah, it's starting small but growing much bigger. So don't lose hope. Don't lose sight of it. All right, so then we have two more cards coming out. We have the Ten of Swords and then also the Hangman. So if some of you have felt like defeated or scared to kind of like do what it is that you really, really want to do, this is the year of overcoming that. This is the year of overcoming old defeats and seeing the light at the end of the horizon. You're going to be gaining new perspectives on how to move forward and how to be more confident in yourself and how to be in the spotlight. Some of you have been almost like scared of the spotlight, so you've been keeping yourself in the dark because you've almost been intimidated by the spotlight. You've been maybe intimidated to fully be seen. Maybe you've been intimidated to fully do what it is that you really want to do. And whatever those intimidations were, it looks like that was the main thing that was holding you back from your like divine purpose. That was the main thing that was holding you back from who you really are and who you're really meant to be. And so it looks like in this next year, you are learning how to get over that. You are learning how to shift your perspective so that you can illuminate once again. That's why there's this illumination around the Hangman's head, because he's shifting his perspective to realize that, you know what, maybe I can shift. Maybe I can really illuminate my ideas, illuminate who I am, and be confident in that. So I think that you're really getting over self-sabotage. You're getting over self-deprecation. You're getting over hard things that used to hold you back, things that used to stop you. You may have even experienced in the past some hardship or harsh words or other things that have almost shut you down. from pursuing your ultimate desires and ultimate dreams. But it's interesting that we have 2 10s here, and these 10s are indicative of a new beginning and the closing of an old chapter. There is a huge closing out, and this closing out is going to open you up to brand new things. And again, like a brand new audience, because 3s deal a lot with other people. And the 21 that we have here is a 3 numerologically. We have the 3 of Pentacles right here. And these 3s are, oh, and you know what's interesting? We also have a 12, and that's also a 3 if you add that all up. So tons of 3s. You're gaining an audience. You're learning how to interact with people. You're learning how to reveal who you really are. You're learning how to creatively express your ideas and feel free doing so. I think a lot of you are going to be doing something where you're communicating a lot more with others in this next year. And this communication with others is going to allow you to shine your light and shine your magic and live more of your purpose. This could deal for some of you online with social media. This could deal with like in-person clients. This could deal with just expression in general, expression of your creative voice. You're going to be opening that up so much more. You're going to be opening up that gateway. I can't wait. That's going to be so exciting. But yeah, there's a closing of an old chapter, especially of hardship that you had to deal with. And that chapter is ending because you've learned what you need to learn. That chapter was here to teach you a lot with that owl card. It was here to teach you so much about other people. It was here to teach you about how to get back up after hardship and how to avoid certain obstacles in the future. It was there to teach you all of that. And now that you know that, that chapter is ending and you won't have to deal with that again. And now it's just time for you to focus on that spotlight and bringing that out more in this next year. So that's all very exciting stuff. Let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. So let's go ahead and shuffle these cards right here. So group 4, let's see. Seasons of the heart. So things are definitely shifting for you. I think that you're going to have like a shift in your heart, a shift in your passions. And instead of desiring to be very private, I think that you're going to desire to get out there a little bit more with your talents and with your purpose. We also have inner conflict. So you may have held yourself back in many ways. You may have stopped yourself from like living your authentic truth. You may even be having certain inner conflicts because maybe you have like certain harder decisions to make. Maybe there's like a bigger choice within you that maybe is hard to figure out. You're going to be figuring it out in this next year though. You're going to be getting over it, and it's going to open up a brand new world for you. It's going to allow you to again start to shine your magic rather than feeling stuck and overwhelmed. That inner conflict has been your main problem for not moving forward, but at the same time it was a great teacher for you. So not all was lost and not all was bad there, but it was a great teacher, and now it's time for us to overcome that inner conflict so that we can actually move forward and, live the life that we're wanting to live. We also have the Flame of Inspiration coming up. This is a great card that indicates that there's going to be a new spark for you, and it's really connected to that firefly energy as well. And this is just like a great flame. This is a great, inspiration and motivation. This could be a great idea coming to you that's going to allow you to expand and live life with drive and passion. We also have the card of nature. So some of you may be getting out in nature a lot more, or you're getting more in touch with your natural self, who you're naturally meant to be, rather than closing aspects of yourself off. You're getting deeper in touch with your natural self. Some of you may even try to take a holistic approach to certain things. Some of you may get really interested in doing like an all-natural diet, or changing your products to be more natural, or buying, other things that aren't as processed or manufactured or made. Like some of you, I feel like you're getting more back in touch with the more natural, instinctual version of yourself. And then we also have Field of Dreams coming up. We have a lot of green in this reading, which can indicate the heart chakra. So a lot of you, your heart chakra may be healing and opening, and you may be inviting in more of that kind of energy in your life. The Field of Dreams indicates that you are beginning to manifest a lot more of your dreams. They're going to be kind of manifesting all at once. You know, especially if we felt like there was a long pause or a dry period where we weren't really manifesting a lot. This indicates sort of the opening of that plug, and then all of a sudden a bunch of things start rushing into your life. So as you kind of connect back to what you're, you know, what's really lighting you up, what really gives you life, that life is going to kind of unplug that stuck energy, and things are going to start like really moving and flowing into your life a lot faster. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some astrology cards for you and see what else we get here. So let's see, group 4. What else do we have for our astrology cards? Let's see, let's try to get a couple more here. Definitely feeling that one. So we have Gemini energy coming up, and mutable, which is also very connected to Gemini. It's connected to Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and also Virgo energy. And then we also have the 10th house. Ooh, careers being highlighted for you. A lot of you are going to be, your career is going to be shifting, and you're going to be creating new ideas. This also deals with networking again. Gemini can also deal with social media. So social media, networking, and expansion within your career. So there could be certain things where you're definitely going to be expanding yourself. Your audience is going to be coming in more. You may be learning more about business in this next year. Learning more and shifting, this mutable energy, you're definitely going to be shifting, going through changes, metamorphoses. Like the mutable energy of the mutable signs indicates that these signs embrace change. They love change. Change is like their middle name. They are super down for change. In fact, they don't like anything boring and mundane. And that might be you this next year. You might be kind of getting tired of your same old routine, and maybe you're wanting it to sort of shift in some way in this next year. So you're going to be welcoming change, just as it says, fluidity, surrendering to different changes, almost embracing them, you know? Your curiosity is definitely going to be piqued with this Gemini energy. This also, again, is connected with networking. So I really think that you're going to be calling in an audience of some kind and being in the spotlight. The 10th house, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. You're going to be way more scheduled with yourself. I don't want to use the word scheduled. Scheduled is not the word I'm looking for, but way more like disciplined, I guess you could use the word that they used here. Disciplined in what it is that you need to get done. There's going to be a lot more sort of motivation and a lot more willpower that you're bringing in to get the things done that you need to get done. The 10th house also deals with overcoming obstacles and reaching peak heights. There could even be a moment in 2023, even though things may take off a bit slow at first, there could be a moment in 2023 that's your highest career achievement yet. That could be something that's coming in this next year, since we have the 10th house with that Firefly card. There definitely could be a peak where it's your highest peak that you've made it to yet. Not your highest peak ever, but the highest peak so far, right? So you will be likely reaching a very big peak, a very big accomplishment. There could even be an award that some of you get sometime in the year of 2023, especially regarding career. Career can also deal with schooling, by the way. So for those of you that don't have a career yet and maybe you're still in school for something or in college or whatever, this can indicate that it's going to be your best year yet. Maybe you're going to outperform or overachieve in some way. So that could also be an aspect of that as well. So all exciting things there. With that being said, let's go into our next few cards. I'm also going to restart my camera because it tends to cut out around this time. Okay, we're back. Camera has been restarted. Let's get into this next oracle deck. So group 4, ooh, we have the flowers coming in. This is romance and sweetness. I do think a lot of you are going to be like romancing your life more, enjoying your life more. I think you're going to be really desiring to add in more fun and add in more beauty into your life, more things that are like beautiful. Some of you may be beautifying your space, beautifying your environment, bringing in more love and sweetness into your life as well, because these flowers indicate that you want to feel blooming. They indicate that you're going to be blooming. I think you're opening yourself up to more, and you're going to be feeling more than you ever have before. You're going to be understanding emotion on a deeper depth and romancing your life more. You're going to take care of your emotions more. The flowers indicate that you're going to be taking care of your emotional states more, and you're going to realize and start to plan out, okay, what makes me really feel good versus what doesn't. And I think that you're going to be focused on romancing yourself more. There could also be somebody in your life that's, you know, giving you more romance and things like that. Okay, and we also have opportunities and home. Whenever home comes up, it can indicate that either we may be moving or making home improvements. There could just be new opportunities where the gate is opening. You know, we may be inviting in new opportunities that change up our home life routine or our home life schedule, or again, we may be moving. That's also another aspect of the gate card. We also have snake here as well. Snake this can indicate, for one, a Kundalini awakening. So for those of you that don't know what that is, that's essentially, Kundalini is like this, I guess the easiest way I can explain this, the very quick definition, is that this like energy that sort of sits at the base of your spine that usually isn't very awakened or utilized. But when we have a spiritual awakening and we open up different areas of our chakras, we can awaken Kundalini and it can shoot up. And a lot of the times you'll see in Egyptian artwork, even Egyptian like sculptures, there's a lot of the times like a snake on top of somebody's head. It looks like a snake coming out of their head. And if you notice on some of the sculptures, it'll also be going down their back. That indicates Kundalini going to the top. And that indicates the awakening of somebody's pineal gland when we really open up, and it's like a kind of like an enlightenment in a way. Some of you may be having like a bigger enlightenment. Some of you may even have a Kundalini awakening in this next year. But snake can also just indicate, as it says on this card, it deals with desire and attraction. We may feel very moved by something. We also may feel in flow, where it doesn't feel like we have to walk very heavily. It just feels like we're in flow with something. Also, sorry, my nose is so runny right now. Oh my goodness. And it is very, I probably sound super nasally right now. But yeah, this snake is like, we want to sink our teeth into something. There's something that's calling our attention so much that we want to like sink our teeth into it. Also, excuse me, I'm going to blow my nose really quick because like, this is a lot. Okay, all right, we are back. We are less nasally. So yeah, this can indicate that we really want to sink our teeth into something because we're so into something. I feel like you're going to just be really like desiring to get deeper on an interest. Like, for example, romance, you may desire to sink your teeth in deeper to those feelings of romance and to find it deeper. There could be like a very deep longing that you have for something. It could be romance, or it could be something to deal with career or whatnot. But there's going to be a deep desire to sink your teeth in and to experience something even more. And you're going to be calling it into your life. We also have the shark card, so survival and power. Ooh. Some of you are going to be facing some fears that you used to have. The shark card can indicate that we have certain fears that may keep us in survival mode at times. We may have certain fears where we feel like we're trying to outrun something or avoid something. This year, I feel like you're going to be facing it and transmuting it, transforming it, And it's going to, I think you're going to be opening yourself up more. And again, getting over and facing certain fears, and facing those certain fears are going to bring more power to you. Because as you get over them, it's sort of like you unlock like a new road that you couldn't go down before because it was too scary. So this is going to open up more opportunities for you to face these certain things and to get over them, and it's going to empower you. So the Shark card indicates that you're going to be empowered by overcoming certain fears in this next year as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our last few cards here. These ones are some really cool oracle cards, and let's see what we get for you. We had a bunch of, of fallout cards there, so let's see. We have Renew. The Renew card, let's focus in on this. It says, nature continuously renews itself year after year. You're going to be renewed this year. If you think that you're staying the same this year, group 4, you are changing. There's going to definitely be a renewal, just as nature renews itself. Like, we can't avoid change. We can't avoid new chapters and newness emerging. It's just a natural part of life, right? So you're definitely going to be renewing certain things in this next year. You may even be getting rid of old stuff and finding new things to replace it with. So that could be like redecorating, that could be like your wardrobe, other things like that. Or it could mean that more on a deeper level of renewing your, like, who you are. Okay. And then we also have the card here of hope. So an idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest. Ooh, remember that. That one is deep. So an idea, just like a single acorn, can start a wondrous forest. Just like with a single acorn, if you plant it and it you know, you get a tree, that tree can propagate. It can have other little trees that it begins sprouting, and then it can begin to create an entire forest. We also have the card of trust. I actually love this card. This is actually my favorite card in the whole deck, other than the wish card. That one's great too. But this one says, the robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. So this is about trusting yourself, not all the other stuff. So trust yourself more than anything. Trust yourself more than your money. Trust yourself more than what you have, your house, your career, your whatever. This is about trusting yourself. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. So things that are outside of our control, things that are outside of us, can change at any time. We need to rely on ourselves. We need to trust ourselves, right? Then we also have surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. So there could be like new interesting surprises that'll be coming into your life over this next year. I'm so sorry. I'm so stuffy and nasally right now. But yes, under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. There could be completely brand new things that are going to be surprising you this next year. You may think that life is just sort of like, some of you may have even be at a state where life has gotten kind of boring because you've been here, done that, you've seen this, you've done that, and it's kind of like, yeah, been there, seen that. This next year is going to offer you like a whole new gate that's opening with new surprises on the other side of it. It's almost like you're going to have that childlike innocence again, where you're going through life and you're like, oh my God, there's this. Oh my God, there's that. Like, there's all these new different things to explore. I really think that there's going to be new things for you to explore in this next year that are going to be things that you haven't experienced yet. And it's going to be really fun for you to dive into that and get to experience it. So that is what we have for you, my beautiful group number 4s. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you all so much. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye.